Hi, I'm Denise and I'm the counsellor and founder of Infinite Hope Counselling. I wanted to come on and do a bit of a service update. Quite a few things have changed from a professional standpoint in the last few weeks, and I just wanted to come on and share some of the service changes. I'm going to start with some good news. So when I last came on to Facebook to do a video, I think I was down to one evening slot, and then I had opened an evening waiting list. Since then I've had 2 clients who've completed therapy, so I now have 2 evening slots available. So I have a 4 o'clock slot and a 6 o'clock slot. 4 o'clock on a Friday and then 6 o'clock on alternative Wednesdays, so fortnightly on a Wednesday. So if you're interested in therapy and need an after work slot, then please let me know. Have 2 daytime slots available as well, which I can be quite flexible with, and that's it. So I've got 4 slots available. If you're looking for therapy, please get in contact and let me know. So I really wanted to share some personal things and some professional things. I think I'm going to start with personal things. So I think that autumn is one of my favourite seasons, and it's a season of change, isn't it, and transition. And it makes me quite reflective when the leaves start falling from the trees and you get those beautiful shades of gold and red, and it's really lovely. But then it makes me think about how exposed the bare tree is, and I guess that sort of brings me on to losses. I feel as if what's quite challenging is that when you have a loss or a bereavement, is that often people at the time will, say they're sorry, they will send you sympathy cards, you will get a little bit of support. But when the funeral's been and gone, people are unsure about how to talk about loss often. And, October's Pregnancy Loss and Bereavement Month. It's also the season where I think, we get into that season where older people often don't survive, and recently unfortunately we've lost a family member, and it just reminds me of the sadness. It's almost like sometimes the trees are crying their leaves off, and I think that a lot of people are going through a lot of loss at the moment. Loss of jobs, loss of identity, loss of choices, and especially when we think about things like the cost of living crisis, loss of choice and the ability to help themselves, help their families. So it was just a thought I had really, and wanted to invite people, if you're struggling with any form of loss, to reach out and to get some support and to talk to people, and whether that's through therapy or support groups or friends. It's important not to be alone with it, because it's one of those conversations that's quite difficult to have, but when you start to have it, it's surprising by how many people have experienced loss and are struggling with it. So I guess I just wanted to share that thought really. So there has been some service changes. I have now made the decision that to secure a slot in the diary and to have your session going forward, I have made the difficult decision to decide to put in place a payment in advance system. So if you do book a therapy session or you're a current client, you would have had the message to say that please pay 24 hours in advance of your session. And that's for many different reasons. I think sometimes I had people forget, and then that left me in a deficit. But also it's kind of a difficult conversation if we've done a lot of work in therapy and you've gone to those difficult places and made yourself vulnerable. The business side of it should be kept out of the room where possible. So I think that's a good way of looking at it. So I really encourage people to have a chat with me if they are interested in therapy, or if they are not able to pay in advance, to let me know. So some exciting news. Many of you would have seen on my Facebook page that I have had some articles shared in Brains magazine. So I did one first on sort of child sexual exploitation in the digital age, and then the latest edition had an interview about me and my business, which I've shared on my Facebook page, and I'll put a link in the comments. And I've been commissioned for at least one more article, which I'm going to be doing around does the fear of not being believed stop people from reporting sexual violence. So that'll be coming up soon, so keep your eyes peeled. Again, I will share and let people have the link if they're interested. And also from a therapist point of view, this week I have achieved my accreditation through the British Association of Counselling and Psychotherapists, which is a real mouthful. But basically it means that after you've been counselling for so long, you can apply for accreditation, which means that they kind of give you the gold stamp to say that you are a good, safe pair of hands, and that they would recommend your practice and is ethical in its being. So it's quite a big achievement. I'm going to put a picture of the certificate at the end of this video so you can see it, but I just want to reach out and say thank you. So a lot of my clients are amazing and continue to come back and do some amazing work, and I feel quite privileged to do my job. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with service updates. I'm also taking a brief leave of absence in November. I nearly said September. In November for 2 and a bit weeks. I'm having some time off, and anyone who's with me currently will have the dates in their diary. But if you are interested in therapy, I can see you before I go. We'll just put that break in if we need to. Well, I hope that everyone is okay and trying to navigate these times in the best way they can, and I will update you soon. Bye for now.